Exactly 3 years after the infamous Battle of El Ade, where Al-Shabaab militants overran a Kenyan-run AMISOM army base in El Ade, Somalia, a dark cloud hangs over the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, tonight in the wake of yet another attack.
There is a heavy presence of Kenyan security agents on 14 Riverside Drive and its environs tonight following explosions and gunfire that have left several people dead and dozens injured.
As of now, details remain scanty on the suspected terror attack, even as rescue teams continue operations. We are covering this unfortunate incident in the way only we here on KTN News can.
Our team of reporters has been following events for you all afternoon and evening. KTN News, Jeff Kirui and Francis Otomwa are at Riverside tonight, keeping an eye on things for us there. Dr. Mercy Koriri is still with the medical teams in various city hospitals to keep an eye on what's happening there. Welcome to the broadcast tonight. Our sign language interpreter is Gideon Bogo. My name is Michelle Ngele Obiambo.
Our all-to-all coverage of the attack at Riverside starts right now. I am Ben Kitili. Several people dead after terrorist attack Dusit Hotel in Nairobi's Riverside area.
Pain and agony as panic-stricken survivors narrate their ordeal during the attack.
Plus, several victims of the attack nursing serious injuries in various city hospitals.
We are aware that there still could be some armed criminals still holed up in the building. And our special forces are, as I said, engaged in that operation to flush them out.
And the police say security enhanced in the city as they pursue those behind the attack.
Welcome to the broadcast. It is a story that has been all over across the country, especially on social media. A lot of information coming out. We are going to start with our big question. Tonight we are asking you on our BQ if you are satisfied with the manner in which the situation is being handled following that attack on 14 Riverside. Tell us what you think.
Now, the number of casualties is yet to be confirmed after gunmen attacked the Dusit D2 hotel situated at the 14 Riverside Drive.
Well, the attackers are said to have detonated explosives and shot at civilians indiscriminately during the 4 p.m. incident.
And as Akisa Wandera reports on accounts of the day, finer details of the attack still remain unclear.
All right, so Kisa Wandera is working on the details, exactly what has happened for the last 5 hours or so. But let's begin with what's happening at Ground Zero, where our Francis Ontomwa is standing by to bring us the very latest. Francis, good evening. What can you tell us tonight?
Well, Ben, it has been 5 hours and still counting, and we're still standing here at the Riverside where this siege is currently going on. Security apparatus here are still calling this an active operation because as we are speaking right now, the operation is going on. We've seen a multi-sectoral security agencies moving into this particular location to ensure that they're able to flush out these attackers. But important at this stage, and what they've kept telling us as the media, is that they're telling us that what they're concerned and really focused on at this stage is to ensure that they evacuate as many people as they can. And indeed, we've seen hundreds actually driven out of these premises, moving out of this particular area. And later on, we actually saw the number reducing. But at this stage, there is a top copter involved in the operation that has hinted that they are planning to make another onslaught to ensure that they move in and ensure that they try and move out as many people as they can. So at this moment, it is quite calm because a couple of minutes ago, we had actually gunshots coming from the area of operation, just to indicate that indeed the operation is ongoing. And to give you a hint of who is involved in this particular operation, we have a wide array of security apparatus from the Kenya's elite squad, the Reke squad, the military, the Kenya police, all the wings, the general service unit, and all other departments of the police. We are seeing them involved in this particular operation. This siege, Ben, began at around 3:48. That is the time that you are told the enemy struck at that particular time. And the first thing that was heard was a huge explosion from the witnesses' account that we've managed to gather from this location. And thereafter, from there, they had gunshots renting the air in this particular structure. And thereafter, that is when there was that response. And important that also, Ben, there has been a correlation that many analysts have brought into this particular scenario with the Westgate of 2013. Even before this ends, we've had some analysts trying to look at how this has been tried to be coordinated by security apparatus. And first, there are some who are agreeing that it's quite well coordinated, but also there are critics also looking at the time span that this has taken. There are many others who are questioning really on the number of, or rather how well it is being coordinated. But at this particular point, we are seeing everyone, multi-sectoral teams here, the rescuers here, from the AMREF, from the Kenya Red Cross, all of them trying to ensure that they manage to help as many people as they can. At this point, we also saw foreign number plates of vehicles moving into this particular area, and this is to indicate that foreign countries are also involved in this particular position. And it's interesting, Ben, to look at the positioning of this, where this has happened. This is an important area because where we are standing is actually not very far from Kenya's State House, not very far from the Australian Embassy, also not very far from the University of Nairobi here, Chiromo campus. So it is quite a very, very, very interesting location that the enemy really looked at and really chose. So there is that particular approach right now to ensure that they are able to save as many lives as possible, Ben.
Ontomwa, we understand the number of casualties is yet to be established, but is there perhaps a support desk set up by the Kenya Red Cross where those looking for their loved ones can find information?
Well, indeed, there is a temporary desk that we saw set up by the Kenya Red Cross, trying to ensure that they receive these people as they come out of the building, trying to console them, talk to them, because most of them indeed are quite traumatized. And there was, as I indicated earlier, there are some that we've managed to have chit-chats with. They have given horrific details of how they managed really to try and hide and ensure that they are safe. And looking at all this, really, there is some good support coming from this particular rescue agencies, trying, of course, to come in and ensure that they move in and ensure that they try and stand in for these particular people. It is also interesting to see how this area has been cordoned off from the public. There is no members of rather civilians allowed to come to this particular area. We have seen them. They are left on the other side of the Riverside Drive, and to ensure that it's only the media and security officers and rescuers who are allowed to move into the prime spot. That is where this particular thing is happening. So at this particular moment, we've also had a lot of caution coming there is a lot of caution that has been coming from the security apparatus. We've had the IG himself trying to give caution to the public, to the media, on how they are reporting this particular incidents, because it's still an active operation that is going on here. So at this stage, indeed, we are still waiting to see whether at what stage and at what time this particular operation will be coming to a halt.
And Francis, before we let you go, just kindly once more paint for us the picture there on what the rescue operation looks like. And from what you've been able to gather where you are, how long do you expect the rescue teams to be there?
Well, as long as this operation goes on, they will be sticking around here. There is no indication when this is ending. You will remember that there was an attempt really to try and ensure that they finish this operation as early as they could. But darkness has fallen in this particular area and, of course, complicating a bit of this operation. But there is a strong indication from apparatus, and here, the top cops here that we managed to have an interaction with, they are saying as long as it takes, even if it will mean staying and sticking around here the entire night, they will be here to ensure that they try and save more lives. The indication that we are getting, Ben, is the fact that there could be more people still holed up in the building, and that is why they are making their advances quite carefully to ensure that even as they move in and try and neuter the enemy, they also try to ensure that they do not involve civilians who are trying also to hide within those premises. And if you can count the number of hours this entire operation has taken, those who are still holed up there are having it quite tough, because they are forced really to hide for all those number of hours to ensure that they are safe. But the operation so far, security agencies are giving a lot of confidence to Kenyans that they will be able to neuter the enemy.
Thank you, Francis Ntomo, there at ground zero at Riverside, where that attack happened. The rescue operations have been ongoing for the last 6 hours. 5 hours or so. Our team of reporters has been there giving us information. Our security agents, very heavy presence, Michelle, try to rescue people. We understand the operation is still ongoing. We shall be going back to Francis Ntomo for more tonight.
Absolutely. Meanwhile,